Well, there's too much stuff to carry this morning. It's gonna be 2 trips. All right, oh, I got work to do on the project truck. She don't drive too good. Let's get this place opened up. Thanks for tuning in. I'm glad you're here. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jimmy, making it work. Getting the shop opened up so we can spend a day fixing a whole bunch of cars, I hope. Last week was pretty crummy, to be honest. It was kind of a bunch of backouts, people wanting their brakes checked that didn't have any money. I don't understand that, but it's like having someone come look at your air conditioning unit at your house and you're not going to fix it. Just wait till you can fix it, or at least get a credit card to do it or something, right? That's what you would think, but I guess people are hoping it might be something that's $50 or $100 to fix, but generally nowadays everything's really expensive, so you gotta be able to put a few dollars in the bank each week, so if something comes up you got a little cash, right? That's the end goal. Enough dad stuff. Let's get the shop opened up. I'll put some clips in right here of what's going to happen in today's video so you know before I do. 2005 Toyota Corolla. Gotta come back. He says ever since I fixed his air conditioning it stopped working. Yeah, if you saw yesterday's video, 2018 Hyundai Santa Fe. Customer says I feel a vibration. I think my tires need to be. So now you guys know I got 3 layers on because it's 51 degrees this morning. It's a little bit chilly. I'm anxious to get in there and find out myself. I gotta finish opening this place up, so let's go in there, let's have some fun, try to learn a thing or two. Stay tuned. All right guys, first car this morning, pretty clean 2005 Toyota Corolla. Look at this thing. I'll give it a 7. It's only got 47,475 miles. We changed the oil on it not long ago and told me it might need rear brakes soon, so we're gonna do a brake inspection. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't really need them, but we'll see. 47,000 miles, I think it's drum brakes. We'll take a look. Get these sweet AutoZone hubcaps off of there. 21s on the wheel nuts.
That escape.
Definitely needs tires. The brakes are brand new in the front. Let's get them back wheels off and get them drums out of the way. All right. I like to dump this in the garbage rather than on the floor. See, the brakes are in good shape. And over here too. Okay. It needs 2 front tires. Doesn't need brakes. Uh-oh. Gotta come back. I remember this one from a couple weeks ago. I put spark plugs and did an induction service. She said her check engine light came on. So, we're gonna take a look. Something to do with the PCV valve, they said, so we'll see. The bad thing is I think they cleared the codes already too. That's not what desirable. Let's fire it up, see how it runs. Runs pretty good. Got a love rating of 6. Looking pretty good. See if we can get these two talking, find out if it's got any codes. The check engine light is not on. I think they had the young Jetta look at it or something. Not really sure with that. Check engine light's not on right now, so that's a bad sign. They said something about PCV. There's a code P04B something or other that it means it doesn't like what it sees from the crankcase pressure sensor, which is on the PCV system, which is under the intake manifold. You got to remove the intake on the starter to get to the thing. And there's a sensor built into that line, I believe. I was looking up service bulletins and stuff on it already, just trying to get a head start. If you remember, this one had a really bad misfire and I moved the spark plug, the problem moved with it. So we did a tune-up and induction service. 73,000 miles. I think it's been about 1,000 miles since I worked on it, something like that. One of the things in the repair industry that we deal with as mechanics, and customers deal with it too. Your car starts to get a little older, a little something starts happening. You get some work done and something else happens, and you know, you're not sure, did they do something? Did something new happen? You don't really know. So all we can do is take a look at it, try to find if a light comes on, do the proper diagnosis. If we do find out we left something off or broke something, then we have to fix that on us, right? If we didn't cause a problem and it's just something else that happened, then that's on the customer. That's the fair way to do it, right? So first things first, see if the code's still in there. I might have to drive it and get it to reset a code. Hopefully it won't take too long if that is the case. So far, all green arrows. she's pretty happy right now. I got approval on the Toyota Corolla. Do a clean and adjust and a serpentine belt. So that ought to be pretty quick. We'll get a look at this one first, give her an idea. I think she might be waiting. It's taking forever though, so if we get a code, we'll come back and I'll show you what it is. Uh-oh, no codes. If any module had codes, it scrolls them to the top of the list. They'd be up top, but this car's got a bunch of modules, not a single code. That's a shame. So I'm gonna go take her for a drive. I think I'll do the clean and adjust and a serpentine belt real quick on that, because he's waiting too. He was here when I came in to open up. So I'll do the clean and adjust, serpentine belt real quick. We'll take this for a drive. I already looked right under the hood. There's nothing that I took off. I disconnected the purge valve to do the induction service. So it's not setting a purge code or a lean code. It's just setting a PCV disconnected code, which means the sensor's not reading correctly. Matter of fact, you know what I can do? Kind of jumping through around in circles here, but let's bring up the crankcase pressure sensor data and see what that looks like. I think it's supposed to be 3 to 4 volts key on, engine off, and it should change based on crankcase pressure or vacuum. All right, I'm going to bring up my barrow pressure, make sure it's reading correctly with that in comparison to engine pressure. Crankcase pressure measured. Crankcase pressure sensor circuit input voltage. Crankcase pressure sensor circuit input is currently unreliable. And we'll see what it says for those. No error. Crankcase pressure 3.98. Barrow 15 psi roughly. Crankcase pressure measured 0.02 psi. That's about right, but that's not. That's interesting. Right now with the key on and the engine off, the crankcase pressure should be atmosphere, right? Let's pull the dipstick or the oil cap off and see if it changes. With no oil cap on, the crankcase pressure isn't at atmosphere. That's not good. Something going on with the sensor. I'm not sure how long it'll take to set the code. See if it changes with the engine run. Crankcase pressure sensor circuit currently unreliable. No error, so it says it's reliable. Still at 4 volts with the engine running just like it was with it off, and the crankcase pressure measured 0 psi basically. It moved a little bit. That orange one's what we're interested in. So it's moving a tiny bit, but I don't think it's moving like it should be. I'm gonna let them know what I'm seeing with this so far. All right. Shh. It's gonna be okay. We're gonna take care of you. Don't be so upset. I'm gonna let them know what I'm seeing with this thing. See how far we're gonna get into this, because it's 0.0 so far, and it's not anything I did. It's another. Oh, geez. It's another problem. So. All right. Let me do that. We'll go ahead and let them know, and then we'll start on this Corolla, get that knocked out. That shouldn't take about 20 minutes. Oh, someone was asking me to do a tool cart tour again, to update it, and what kind of racks I use. I just got these cheap Amazon racks in there. Pretty inexpensive. I use individual ones. You know, sometimes you want to get a Torx bit, you're not sure what size, it's a pain to figure it out. I got it on a separate rail so I can bring those with me. Same thing with these weird sockets. If I want to bring them with me because I'm not sure what size it is, I can bring them with me. But my main stuff, I pretty much know what a 17 or an 18 is going to be like. I'll just grab them both, right? I don't want to carry a whole rack, so I just put them on the big rail deals. But anyway, I came over for a screwdriver. I got off track. Squirrel! Oh, did I show you guys? I got something new. Look at that. My gear wrench guy said $6.99 with the probe kit. So it's about $100 more than it is online, but I don't have to use my credit card. I can pay him like $50 a week. So we'll be using that a little bit in the shop. I was gonna make a tool video about it, but I didn't get that for free, I bought it. So it's in a day in the shop instead. Maybe I'll make a tool video about it. If you guys want, I'll make an independent video just to have it separate from my day in the shop, show you how it all works. And in case you're interested and you don't have one of your own, you're thinking about it. Very expensive tool. Super handy because you don't have to roll a torch over most of the time. So let's clean this up and stop flapping our gums. I don't like making a mess on the floor, so I always roll a garbage can over. I'm going to put a light scuff on the shoes. Going to sand them just a tiny bit because he says sometimes he hears a little squeal first thing in the morning, which it's honestly pretty normal. When it's damp and humid out, the brakes will give you a little whoop the first time you come to a stop. Once they get hot, you won't hear that anymore. Basically, it's like when I don't know if you drink wine, let's say you do. You could do it with water too. Put your finger in what you're drinking, run it around the rim, you'll hear, same thing. It's trying to stop, but it's slippery, so it slips, makes a noise. But what I'll do is get a little sandpaper and scuff the surface so it's not quite so shiny like a baby's hiney, and it'll make less noise. Not to get crazy, not trying to take his brake lining away. I just want to scuff the surface a little bit. Nothing but a thing, chicken wing. Let's see if we need to give this thing this is what I came over here for. That's why I ended up with a toolbox two-part tour this morning. I went over there for this. I don't want to go too crazy. We'll check it and see where we're at. You don't want the brakes to drag too much. Then you'll definitely get some noise. Perfect. I can hear the shoe touching. Do the other side real quick, then we'll get on that belt.
This is the future.
One serpentine belt. Look at how nasty that belt is. My gracious goodness. What I do before I take a belt off, I make notes about what idler pulleys get the belt from what direction. So if you can see down there, it'll be hard to see on camera, but this pulley right here, I can see the belt comes up from the power steering to the crankshaft pulley between them, and in this one I can see it goes in between the alternator and the AC compressor. So now I don't have to go look up a diagram. I can pull the belt off and remember I got to do those two things and everything should be peachy keen. I also got to get a 19mm socket and a breaker bar. The tensioner's back here, but it works as a pulley on the bracket over here. We're going to do that, and there's not going to be a lot of room for you guys, but you can still hang out. Let's see if we can do this with the old gear wrench extended reach ratchet. These things are no joke, these tensioners. Go slow. It's a hydraulic tensioner. It's not a spring-loaded one, so just be patient and give it a second to come with you. Boom, you're all set. Now, off of the water pump. Off the power steering, idler, or tensioner actually, and crank. It's out of there. It's easy. Let's see here if we can get this on without too much cursing. I don't want to have to edit all that out. For those of you who think that I never lose my cool, I have an editor, so. All of us have bad moments, and it's how you recover from them that matters. And like right now, just is flipping around, and when they come out of the package, they put it in like a 6-inch long sleeve, and of course they got to bundle it up to do that, and it makes a mess. So now it wants to flip and do all kinds of donuts and stuff. So what I have to do is maintain the patience. Keep on battling with it. Little by little, we'll get it. It's got to go. Came off the idler. That's all right. Now what I'll do is I'll pull it back up onto the crank with my little digits and over the idler and through the woods. And the only thing left now. It's the hardest part. I probably should have done first, but Sometimes you just like a challenge, so you roll with it. You guys know I love a little challenge. Something that's easy, you can just make it hard, just for the entertainment of it. Now I'm going to put it on the alternator last. That's the easiest pulley to get to, I think. So if I can get this down on the bottom of the power steering, I think it'll kind of plop itself on the rest of the way. I have an adjustable belt tool that lets me pinch it, but there's not a lot of room back here. I did check the belt length against the stock original belt to make sure we were going to be on the right track with this. I wouldn't be doing this for nothing. Now I got to kind of hold it in there because it wants to come off. It wants to basically put itself back in the packaging. So it should add an extra half-hour labor for that. Be patient. I'm trying to film the whole process instead of just going to the end when it's on. Because I don't want you guys to feel like it's only hard for you and Jimmy does it so easily. Because I don't. And now I'm on all the pulleys, and you can see that the alternator is the only thing really left. So slow tension, be patient. You can actually hurt the tensioner if you get too cray-cray. Oh, my only problem is, there it goes. Before I let go, make sure this thing is on all the pulleys. Yep. It is a 19 millimeter. That's about the best setup I could find. Even my belt tensioner tool won't do that because it's too shallow. I'd have to take the engine cover off. What's the point in that? The true test. I like to go look at it, make sure, even though I was very careful and double, triple checked that it was on all the pulleys, I still want to watch it do its thing. Because you never know, it'll pop off of one while you release the tensioner. Any way it can mess with you. So you gotta make sure. Alright. I'll take this thing for a quick little drive, give it back to them. Still waiting to hear on the escape. They're looking for that part. It's got to come from Ford apparently. So maybe there's something else to do. Uh-oh. More comebacks. He says, ever since I fixed his air conditioning, it stopped working. I didn't fix his air conditioning though, that's the problem. Oh, my longtime viewers will remember this car. 2019 Volkswagen. 133,000 miles on this poor baby. The guy speaks no English. We talked to him through a translator. And I really think there's some miscommunications going on because he says, my air conditioning doesn't work again. You guys just fixed a bunch of stuff on my car and my air conditioning stopped working. So the problem is it's cold today. So I'm not really sure how good we'll be able to figure out what's up with the air. We'll be able to see if the compressor's on and stuff. But checking for temperature performance might be a little rough. 62 degrees now. So it should show something if it's working, right? We'll get in the shop and we'll see. I'm gonna give her a love rating of 8. Pretty nice shape. It is fairly new. I'd go higher if it was an older car. I'm even going 8 just because 133,000 miles. That's pretty impressive that he has her pretty clean. But was that 30 or 40,000 miles a year or something like that? Anywho, this is a car, in case you don't remember. I did the struts and it was a big debacle. I took them off and put them back on. And he said now he hears a noise in the suspension. He had a bad axle, which I saw grease come out of the boot in the first place, but he asked for the struts. I don't know if you guys all saw that video or not, but in any event, long story short, now his AC don't work. Compressor's running down there, it looks like. Could be a variable displacement that always runs. Let's see what we see with the buttons. Max AC. Uh-oh. Why is it not max AC and max defrost? The fan doesn't work. Max AC. AC. AC? That's very strange. There's no fan. I wonder if that's what he means. The fan doesn't work ever since the struts were taken off. I don't know. Let me put the scanner on it, see if we have any interesting codes. and maybe we'll back it up a little bit so I can open the door and give the blower motor a little love. While the scanner and the blower are talking, let's see if we can get in here and figure out some stuff. There it goes. So it needs a blower motor. It's blowing out now. Oh yeah, okay. Needs a blower motor, that was easy. All right, I don't really need to hook the scanner up at this point because we smacked it and it started working, right? But let's just see if it's got any odd codes we might want to clear out. Assuming he's gonna want to fix it. Let's just scan all the modules. See if any of them's upset about the party and not being invited. Oh, look at that. Requires the bonnet to be open when performing diagnostic functions. What? Vehicles manufactured after 2019 disable some systems with the bonnet latch closed. Battery support recommended when performing diagnostic scans. All right, I didn't tell him to buy this thing. All right, let me turn this on too. That's gonna help a lot. There you go. All right, I'm just going through this as a preliminary, just for fun, basically entertaining. I find great pleasure in dealing with European cars and scanning modules and stuff. It does have a cluster code. There you go. Oh, I was just testing it. Turned it on and off to test it. Cool. All right, I'm gonna go let them know about the blower motor while this works. It'll take about 10 minutes or at least 5 minutes, no exaggeration. So we'll do that and we'll see what happens with that. And the hose is on the way for the escape, but it's gonna be later today. We'll come up with something to do. Oh yeah, if you saw yesterday's video, I just had a bunch of lights on and the apprentice put a battery in it and had a whole bunch of lights. I said, I think it needs to be driven. That'll put the lights out, and I think it needs an oil change. That'll put the maintenance reminder out. So I already reset the maintenance reminder. You just go in here to settings, vehicle settings, okay. You go down to scheduled maintenance. You tell it that to reset that. Not too hard to do really, just a little menu deal. This, according to the sticker, it's 3,000 miles overdue. So that's why I was trying to get them to stop and get it done. I always put the stickers in first. Well, I shouldn't say always. I try to remember to put the sticker in first so my hands aren't dirty or greasy when I'm trying to put it in the car before I wash up to drive it out. So I do it first, it's done. Then I do the oil change real quick. For those of you who might be new. A lot of new viewers, I appreciate y'all. Let's get this oil changed. Quick, already aired up the tires. It's just been a quick oil and filter, take a look around, maybe some washer fluid. Should be easy, right? Modern version of the same V6 they've been making for 30 years. Let's get this thing up in the air. Executive decision. I'm gonna get the washer fluid done first. If you listen closely, you can hear it come up the neck, and they apparently like a clean windshield.
This is the future. Evolution.
That was tricky. 2 bolts and 3 clips later, I can see the oil filter, and I think I just got some cool sockets from MacMan for those. Now, yes, I could have bought it cheaper on Amazon, but you know what? Got it from the MacMan. Look at that thing. You almost don't want to use it. It's like chrome. It's beautiful. I think this is the one I need though. I got this one from him a few weeks ago. This is the first time I'm going to use it. Look at that thing. Like a professional mechanic. This is one of the things I was talking about earlier, that I hate when they make kids that are just starting out doing oil changes buy this stuff to do an oil change. If you're going to do cool stuff like that, then the shop has to buy it, I guess, or pay the oil change guys more than 12 bucks an hour to do oil changes. So anyway, enough of that griping. Let's this thing should just move out of the way. Sometimes you can slide them off, depends on how much grief it gives me. You can put a pocket screwdriver if it catches on the tabs. It doesn't stop it from turning, it suggests that it shouldn't turn, basically. I think I even need... Oh! The bells are ringing. Those are Christmas bells, I'm guessing. I don't know. There you go. Let's see what happens with this thing. No longer a neutral. Uh-oh. Ah, jeez Louise, man.
Is there some on there?
I think we can do that by hand. They got the silly little drain thing in there, just like an ounce comes out and then it still drips all over the place anyway. So I don't know the purpose of that one. Let that drip a minute. That way I don't get it all over me. You guys change these O-rings every time, right? I mean, it comes with the filter. Even if you don't really want them, it comes with it. Why not? Takes a second. Happens to be covered in oil, so I can even lubricate it. Look at that new son of a gun, huh? Shouldn't matter which way it faces. Okay, just seated, right? That's it. You do not need to go a quarter of a turn after it seats. The O-ring goes up in that casing about that far. So if the O-ring's in the casing, it's not going to leak. And now if it unscrews and falls out, yeah, it'll leak. Uh-oh. Oil filter and a drain plug on opposite sides of the motor. So I'm going to clean up this mess first. Then go to the drain plug, get that drained. It's a 14 on that some gun. Nice. I was thinking I was about to double wrench it. Uh-oh. There it is. Sometimes a washer makes the threads feel like they're cross-threaded. And sometimes the threads are. Ooh. That shouldn't be so hard to turn now. That's the old drain plug. That's the new drain plug. I'm thinking the threads look a little boogered up the first couple. So we'll see. Hopefully it's not the pan. Oh yeah. Let's see if I can clean them threads up in that pan a little bit. That's no bueno. See if that's better. I'm going to see if I get any cases, any slivers in there. That's good. Yeah, it still feels a little chewed up, but better. I'm going to roll with it. Uh-oh, my wife's leaving the house. Turns in there nice, just can't do it by hand like I'd prefer. That should be good. Gotta clean up my mess, that's all. Hope this takes 0-20 dinosaur blood. you get a special funnel too. Not happening. If you go too fast, it'll come out of the valve cover because the baffle's right under it. 5.7 quarts of wonderful golden 020 dinosaur blood, full synthetic variety. No dinosaurs were harmed in the making of this dinosaur blood. Well, that's not really true. The synthetic oil, all the molecules are about the same size, where conventional, they vary in size. That's why synthetics has more lubricity and lasts longer. Think of it like balls in a 55-gallon drum. If you have various balls from different sports in there versus all tennis balls. That's the difference between conventional and synthetic. If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm gonna leave that one on. Okay, but yeah, so these ones are right too. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay.
What the hell?
So we have a case on the
I wish we could have some dedicated funnels and containers. That would be cool. It's right there. We haven't started yet, so perfect. This thing has achieved brand new car status. Maintenance reminder set, all the lights are out, got a new battery, she starts right up. Nice. These Lexuses, these are nice. If you're gonna buy a luxury car, this is the one I recommend. The Cadillac, got a lot of stuff going on with Cadillacs that they're great. It's like a BMW or a Mercedes. You know, the first 3 to 6 years are great, but after that, you'll wish it was a Lexus. So not that they're perfect. Lexus isn't perfect. I always say it's a mechanical object. Stuff's gonna happen. So, but if you gotta have a luxury car, at least in my opinion, you guys tell me what you think, but I think Lexus is the one to go for if you're gonna do a luxury car. Let's take this thing for a drive and we'll see what's next. 2018 Hyundai Santa Fe. Customer says, I feel a vibration. I think my tires need to be balanced. So I took it for a drive. Feels like a bad tire. I'm gonna lift it up and take a look. Let's go look inside first. 86,645 miles. Oh, the seat goes back where it wants when you shut it off. That's nice. I give it a love rating of 4. It's only 5 years old. It should be like a brand new car, basically. But most important thing, it got a bad tire. We're gonna figure that out. And by the way, if you drive it with the parking brake on, especially if it's only on a couple clicks where it doesn't do anything, it makes this weird alarm sound. So you gotta just push it again and it shuts it off. They had it on like 2 clicks, which just enough to turn the alarm on, but not really hold the parking brake. The tires don't look so good from here. Front one spins good, the back one not so much. Hope that shows up on camera. It perked in my head. Right around there. That's not supposed to be like that. Let's check this here one. This one's kind of low. It hasn't shifted a belt yet. This one looks all right. So left rear tire. Basically going to recommend the rear 2 tires. The fronts look okay. They're about 60% left. So see if he wants to do a couple tires. Rob so helpfully went ahead and put that in for me while I was at lunch. Let's go see what the data looks like. Key on, engine off. Data. Let's see what we got. Surprised it still shows 0. Let's fire it up. Okay, so now putting it in gear, at least I do get I get the pressure change. I wasn't getting that before. But what's kind of strange is I would think it would show atmosphere when I had the engine off and the key on, it would show atmosphere here, but I didn't verify that. I just went with my gut, and maybe my gut's wrong, but this is improved because I'm getting that now. I was not getting this before. When you load it in gear, so I'm getting the big jumps now. It's going up to 15, down to 4, so we're getting good movement on that. You can watch it in the orange data as well as on the graph, and the voltage is changing. So the sensor was bad. The only thing I was this part here, I could have been a big boo-boo. It would have been almost like a parts cannon thing, but maybe worse, I don't know. But because now I'm seeing the big variations. Before it would barely move, like these little spikes were the best you could hope for before. So I'm gonna take this for a drive. I got to put the blower motor in the Volkswagen yet next, and I got to make sure we don't get a check engine light or have any more problems with this before I deliver it. If anything more does come of it, of course, I'll let you guys know. Allegedly, there's a couple of plastic clips in here that got to get popped out. Hello, hello. Oh my goodness! So it was missing, the other one. That's why I couldn't find it. Oh, that one's not even in the right place. Someone's been working on this. That is an aftermarket blower motor in there. It's bad. Cool. That's one. Can't get these connectors out without specialty tools. Need a Volkswagen blower motor connector removal tool, I guess, or something. I don't know. There's a screw in here somewhere I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. There is no screw. Just a magic twist and it comes off. Look at that. Something's hitting these fan blades. That's why it wasn't turning, I'm guessing. Connectors all look good in the blower. Resistor, I mean. I'm gonna have to get a Torx and change this resistor over to the new one. Let's do that. And let's look in here to see what might be touching. Put my little mitts up here. And I do not see anything. Cabin filter is not in great of shape. Alright. I wonder if something was in there at some point and now it's not anymore. Very strange. I don't want to have any problems, man. Can I just put a part in the car and be done with it? That would be cool. Alright. Let me get a Torx, switch this over. This thing just kind of floats in there. It's not, and I plugged the motor in already. It's kind of strange, and not really tons of room for the wires though. The German engineers have designed the superior car. So I'm going to superiorly tighten it carefully in case something goes pop. It sticks through on the other side to get its cooling, like a heat sink. I don't see anything in there that it would touch. Very, very strange. Has me concerned, as I am with about 90% of repairs nowadays. Alright. Now, these little teeth are what holds the motor in. So, this was on this side. I tried to block with my shiny head. Alright. Shiny head is all up in the way, I know it. But there's not much I can do about it right now. Oh my god, just put some bolts in the damn thing. What the hell is wrong with you people? I can't, sorry, I can't put your blower motor back in. My apologies. I'm gonna have to take it somewhere else. Where does a German car export? That is ridiculous. I mean, what? Ugh. Oh, something popped. Ugh. I don't think that's supposed to have popped though. Now, holy moly. You I know why I was rubbing the case. Someone would put it in, couldn't figure out how the hell to put it in. It was never in correctly till it wore the blades out. I burnt the motor up doing it because they're stupid. Ugh. I don't know if it's even in all the way. I don't know. I couldn't begin to tell you if it's in right. No idea. The plastic shrapnel everywhere. A great idea. I mean, I can appreciate their urge to not use a screw or three. Let's fire this thing up and see what it does. I don't know. I don't have very high expectations. Hey, it's blowing. Nice, quiet. Look. If I turn it up. Huh? It's not hitting anywhere. I must have got it in correctly, I guess. I don't know. I got to get Volkswagen blower certified. That's next. Pretty cool key ring. Reverse. 6-speed. It's not really lined up good. Plus this car's an automatic, so it's a thought that counts. This car is getting parked. I'm done messing with it. I think that Bill and Riley are doing my tires. I don't know if they're doing them for me or doing them because I didn't get it done yet. And then I got to align that car, I believe, too. So we'll do something else today. We got work to do. It hasn't been the greatest day, but it hasn't been as slow as it was last week until Friday. Friday was a good day last week. So far, we're doing okay this week. A little stressed out here about a couple things, the way things didn't go the way I thought they should. We'll get it sorted out. His air's working good. All right, another one's fixed. Thank goodness. You know we're about to line this thing up in here. Man, I'm gonna get crushed by the seat though. Come on. I need a little room. I am not that tall, but I am not that short. This got one of them cool above view cameras. People still bang into stuff though, which is kind of weird. Nowadays, if you have an accident, it's all your fault because the car's going beep, bing, 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 bing. Hit the brakes, hit the brakes. There's something right there. Bam! Oh. Wasn't paying attention. Well, you didn't hear all the alarms and buzzers and whistles and stuff. The really new cars will actually put the brakes on for you. My wife's Corolla Cross, if I'm backing down the driveway and someone walks up the sidewalk, it puts the brakes on. It's almost foolproof, but unless you're a really big fool, I guess you can still make mistakes. Ooh, it's got a front-facing camera too. That's pretty cool. Let's see what happens. I might get really mad that I don't have it in park. Stay, stay, wait, okay. Now, this will put it in the machine for me. Tire pressure, 33 labs. Java. Come on, Caster. Let's do this. Let's be green, bruh. Are you kidding me?
Hey, Jimmy.
It's been a while since I've seen that. Look at that son of a gun. I can't even make an adjustment and charge him for an alignment. That's terrible. That's going to be an alignment check now. Well, you know what? Good for them. Saving money and not wearing out their new tires. Alright guys, we're getting ready to close up in there. So, interesting day today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you torque the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet. And I hope I'll see you in the next video, because you're awesome.